Are you seriously considering becoming an expat and leaving your home country? Well, before you do, please ask yourself one question as you're watching this video. What is your main purpose for wanting to leave home and start new somewhere else? So let's go ahead and get to the intro before we get into the meat and potatoes of this one. Hey, Jason here. If you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me now on my 9th year as an expat, full-time world nomad. I'm now on my 4th country, 3rd continent, which is in Lusaka, Zambia, in the southern region of Africa. And one of the things I started doing is I started sharing with you some of the tips and secrets that I've learned to be an expat this long. But most importantly, I'm sharing with you things about Lusaka, Zambia. If you're considering retiring or just moving abroad and starting over somewhere else, because truth be told, Africa is not one of the places that's showcased for retirement or expat destinations. And this is a really beautiful place to be in. And so, like the title, you heard me asking the question in the intro, what is your purpose for wanting to relocate? And I think this is really important because sometimes I forget, like I've been on YouTube sharing a lot of things for the last 5 years, but those 4 years before that, I never shared anything about it. Like no one knew why I really left the United States. No one knew what was my motivating factors. And the thing is like, I was tired of the United States. And it's not saying that the United States is a horrible place. It's the worst place in the world. It's just, it wasn't for me. And it wasn't for my wife, who was at that time while she was living. We didn't want to just sit there and die in the United States. Like after we had to go through her mom, my mother-in-law passing away suddenly, then my brother passing away suddenly, an uncle of mine who was viciously unalived in Houston, one of her uncles passing away. We started seeing all these things and we like, dude, do we just want to work our whole life and then just be grateful enough that we have enough money to be covered, to be buried or taken care of with insurance? And we started really thinking about our lives differently. And so as we were going through those thoughts and really asking those serious questions to ourselves and being honest with ourselves, that's what really motivated us to stay at this. You know, like when we first went to Panama, things were nice in the beginning, then things started getting a little bit more expensive. It wasn't bad, like it wasn't hurting the bank, but that paradise feeling started to rub off. And there was those little nuances of life that you just started getting tired of. And then also when you're that close to the United States, you start missing things. Because like, man, it's the same time as I be in Texas, like I could be doing this right now. And so there was times when we were questioning ourselves. But because of our purpose, our reason for wanting to move, that's what kept us going and just said, hey, instead of us going back, we're going to keep moving forward. Let's find the next place. Maybe there's something else out there that can offer us more. And the reason why I wanted to do this video today, I was watching, this video came up on YouTube for me actually, of a guy who's in Philippines, I believe. And he was talking about how a lot of single guys are coming there and they're just giving a bad name to people who's there already. And I get exactly what he's saying. It's somebody who lived in Medellin, Colombia for 3 years. Beautiful city. Colombia is a beautiful country. Great people there. I love the Paisa people. All the Venezuelan friends that I made there, really wonderful people in Medellin, Colombia. And now it's like a buddy of mine who's still there. He was telling me, people don't quite look at you the same. They're not as friendly as they once was before. And it's because of all the negative publicity that's coming out in the media now from a bunch of single guys and married guys that's coming there for sex tourism. Let's just call it what it is. Now, I'm not judging it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that's what it is. That's what they came for. And it didn't mess up the image of people who not necessarily there for that. People wanted to retire. People just wanted to be in a beautiful country, have cheaper food, and just enjoy their life. And I really, really, I was glad he did that video because it told me, yo, you need to let people know about this, Jason. Like, people need to have a true purpose of why they're leaving. And I don't think all of the guys that fall into the sex tourism category, even sex tourists, I think they get confused on what their purpose is. And they're starting to actually think like they're getting blindsided from, oh, wow, look at this beautiful woman, look at this beautiful woman, look at this beautiful woman. And they're not staying focused on what was the actual purpose, the reason for leaving in the first place. Come on, fly. Man, these flies are just quick side story. It's some huge bugs in Zambia are huge. Some of these flies are like the size of birds. You can just hear them like, brr, 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 brr. I'm like, dude, hey, I don't know if you saw the picture I posted on in the community thread. That was a spider. It was bigger than my hand. You just saw them all curled up after I sprayed them with like half a can of Raid. Yo, these bugs out here are crazy, man. I have never seen this many huge, well, now even Panama, I didn't see this many huge bugs. I think because the bats ate all of them. But yeah, this is like land of the bugs and insects out here. Whatever that Naruto village where they have all the insect ninjutsu or something, this is where it was filmed. So, but back to the story, my bad. That fly got me distracted. But I think a lot of guys are not remembering their purpose. So this video is kind of more targeted towards single guys. However, it does speak to everybody because even if you're a married couple with a family, stuff like that, you have to stay focused on what was your purpose for originally leaving. Because if you keep that in mind of what the actual purpose was, it's going to help you focus and keep like a very focal lens, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, focal lens on what you really want. And for most single guys, I'm noticing that sometimes their original purpose was just feeling free. Sometimes their original purpose was maybe just spending less money because things was just getting a little too expensive. And they're like, look, I'm not a family, so why I need to be spending all this money just to live a single life? And so I get that. Like I live a very humble lifestyle. Like I'm not out here, just throwing money away. I'm not here living in the most richest place in the world. Like none of that thing. Even my house that I'm about to build, it's gonna be a tiny home. So like that just shows you like, but it's what I want. It's part of my purpose of the things that I want to do. And so what I'm seeing with a lot of the guys that because they're not staying focused on their purpose of leaving, they're filling that up with the companionship of women. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to act like I'm the Pope, I'm some holy person. No, I'm not. What I am saying is do not let sex control your experience while you're living abroad. The main thing that you have while you're living abroad is your name. Don't make your name look bad. And I'm being really serious. Like, do not make your name look bad. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having sexual experiences or having relationships, but what is your focus? What is your real purpose of coming to another country? If your purpose is finances, then the things you need to be focused on first is finances, purchasing land, building businesses, getting passive income. Like if you're saying that's your focus, then focus on that. Don't be out here just because you're living in a less costly economy. Oh, now I'm gonna get this girl, and you're just throwing money everywhere. Don't do that, man. Like build your generational wealth. At the very least, go get rich first. Then go have all the women you want to throw the money on. Go get rich first. Because at least then you achieve your purpose. And now you can change that purpose and move on and do whatever else you want to do. Because one of the things he was saying in this video, like, and I didn't know this was happening in the Philippines, but I've seen it in Panama, I've seen it in Colombia. And that is people end up going broke because they're out here taking young girls out to clubs. They're out here drinking all the time, having this many women they're paying for whatever relationships the two choose on as consensual adults. And not saying anything's wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. However, you shouldn't be finding yourself in another country broke. You shouldn't be finding yourself in another country not able to eat. Well, let me rephrase that, because now if you find yourself in another country broke because you're buying land and you're purchasing assets, go broke every month. I'm telling you right now, go broke every month. Because at least you're putting in the work to actually build yourself. But if you're just throwing it away to liabilities, 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 and I'm going to be completely honest with you, dating is a liability. The only time dating is an asset is if it's your wife or your whoever your long-term partner is. But anything just regular casual dating, that's a liability. That is not an asset. It's not going to enhance anything about your life 5 years from now. And so really just think about that. Because I'm seeing over and over and over again all these people that are trying to convince guys, oh, this country got beautiful women. This place, these women, they're going to cater to you as a black man. Stop lying. Because the thing you're going to really find out, there's usually three type of people that come in three groups. Some that are admired that you're Black American because they maybe never met a Black American, or they just identify with the culture and really like it. Some who don't even give a damn about you or your culture. I'm just being completely honest. They don't, it just, not everybody cares, man. And you got to start understanding that, like, everybody don't care about the United States. Everybody don't want to be an American. Everybody don't want a green card to go to America. Like, it's not the best place in the world. So sitting here telling guys that, oh, you come here as a Black American, you're going to be living the dream. Stop lying. Because what's probably really attracting those people that are saying, oh, just because you're Black American, they're probably throwing a lot of money and taking these people to places that they never get to go to. Let's just be honest here. And if you're going to do that, then do it. Like, it doesn't matter you about being a Black American. You can go anywhere in the world. If you're going to make it rain on somebody, they're going to take that shower. Like, if you just throwing money at anybody, they don't care if you're going to Russia, Asian countries, Spanish speaking countries, Portuguese speaking countries, French speaking countries, Dutch speaking countries, they're going to deal with it. Like, they're going to go after it. There's nothing new about that. That's been going on since the biblical times. Like, so it's nothing new. Like, let's not make this seem like it's some new thing that's going on. And then the third group of people are just going to be people who are genuinely interested in knowing you. Now, those are the group of people that you really want to get close to, the ones who genuinely are just interested in getting to know you. They don't care about your nationality. They see goodness in you as a person. And these are the people that you really want to build relationships with. And then, like I say, don't make everything sexual. Yes, there's going to be women there that are just genuinely interested to get to know you. It doesn't mean you have to turn into a sexual thing. And this is where a lot of people burn their bridges for no reason, because you're trying to force sex on things that can be a natural friendship, man. A man and woman can have a natural friendship. An attraction and physical relationship don't go hand in hand. Like, most people technically do not even have physical relations with people that they're attracted to. And a lot of people who are physically attracted to each other don't have physical relations. And so, like, really think hard about what are the reasons why you're really wanting to leave your home country. Because if you're leaving for the wrong reasons, you're going to have a bad experience. And you might end up making it more dangerous for you than it ever need to be. Like, I'm going to just give you a little insight on me. I'm not here to make friends. No matter where I go else in the world, I'm not here to make friends. So I don't just accept any invitation someone get me. I'm very not only focused, but I'm very picky on who I allow to be in my universe. What I mean by that is, like, in my space. Like, I don't just let everybody know where I live. Matter of fact, I think maybe 3 people know where I live here. Like, I don't let people just know where I live. Like, I don't bring people to my house. Any given time of the day, I am usually home alone. I don't bring people into my house at night. I don't come home at night. I don't drink. Like, I'm not bringing girls in and out of my house. Like, you need to be more objective with who you're allowed to be around you. Because the difference between your home country and here, or whichever other country that you're in your home country, you were forced to be around the people that you be around, whether it was from schooling or from work or just, mutual friends. Here, you get to build your connection. You get to build your network. So build your network properly. Don't just build your network with people that are throwing money and blowing it off. Because guess what? You're going to be like them. Remember, birds of a feather flock together. If you just come to these countries and you're just out here chasing women with the guys who's chasing women, that's all you're going to end up doing. That's where all your money's going to go. But if you're out here going to business seminars, going to professional development, doing things around business, guess what you're going to be attracting? Business things, company, things like that. If you're looking for land, if you're hanging around people who are about buying land, guess what's going to come to you? Land deals, land options. Some things may not be a deal for you. Some things may, but you're going to be having those opportunities come around you on a majority basis than having a bunch of nonsense. And so I just really wanted to share that because I feel like a lot of guys are probably feeling beat down now because they may be having relations with women and stuff like that, whatever they choose to do with their private life. I feel like we need to stay out of each other's bedroom. However, we do need to encourage each other to stay focused on what our main goals and main priorities are. Because if you are focused on those, you're going to see and be able to create the generational wealth in the life that you actually want. Instead of, 10, 20, 30 years from now, you're wishing you did something a little different. So just wanted to share that with you. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you're an expat too and you've been traveling, share your experience down below if you agree with this video or what are some other things, especially if it's single guys out there, because now more and more single guys are actually starting to travel. Single women have been dominating the travel space for quite some time now. And it's kind of good to see that now there's more guys starting to broaden their horizons and move abroad and actually push themselves and go for their dreams in life. Like, I'm all about people chasing their dreams. And so if you have information that can help them too, leave them down below. For my ladies out there, you're a woman expat and you have experience for women, something that you can share with them, leave them down below too. We got to start sharing information. Like, sharing is not just caring. Sharing is helping save people headache. I'm telling you right now, I met a lot of people go back to the United States because they got overwhelmed and they just got scared. And so I want to try to save you that experience so you can be living the best life you have abroad. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.